Hi guys, welcome to another I Love Indies Indie Games of the Week. We're looking at games released in the third week of April 2021, and what a week it's been. If you love all things indie, please subscribe to the channel and also follow us on Twitter. Coming up this week, we have some wonderful indie gems for you. We've got a city management simulator featuring talking buildings, a micro Metroidvania about a killer robot learning to love. We've also got a Zelda-esque adventure about a turnip exposing a corrupt capitalist society, and add to that a radical retelling of the Adam and Eve story from the Bible. There's so much to look forward to in this week's Indies of the Week video. So, without further ado, let's get this indie party started. Our first indie game to check out this week is Don't Forget Me, a jazz-punk narrative adventure set in a dystopian world where memories can be copied and even deleted. As amnesiac Fran, you work with Bernard, a memory copier, to uncover a dark conspiracy. The most original aspect of this game by far is the ability to dive into the minds of patients to uncover and copy their memories. This all starts off through a text interface where you type words to unlock memory bubbles. Later though, you're able to virtually enter memories and physically search for clues. The game is short but memorable. Inspired by her story and the Red Strings Club, Don't Forget Me is a pixel puzzle definitely worth checking out. It's out now on the PC via the Steam Store and GOG.
The sights and sounds of a young community.
Did you know buildings have feelings too? If you didn't, well, play this game. It's a city building management game that explores the way buildings are affected by the changing times. Starting in the 19th century, Victorian era, you take control of a lone little building, trying to rejuvenate the appeal of the local neighbourhood and keep with the times. On your travels, you'll manage mills, warehouses and other crumbling tenements. The buildings you meet have to adapt or be demolished. The game features light puzzle elements as you have to strategically place buildings to maximise the appeal of a location. For example, it's not the best idea to build a factory with a chimney next to a house. Just imagine the smoke. As you can see, the picture book graphics are lovely. The anthropomorphic buildings are charming and the districts are varied and provide a range of objectives to complete as you progress through the 20th century. If you like the idea of a puzzle management sim with quirky characters, check out Buildings Have Feelings too, now on PC and all major consoles. Entering Steam Early Access this week is Orbital Bullet, a 360 roguelite. The game's a 2.5D action platformer where you move in a circular pattern through a series of dangerous pixelated worlds. Each level is a sort of looping cylindrical tower that rotates as you move. Bullets curl around corners in a similar way to Housemarque's PlayStation classic Resogun. Orbital Bullet's tagline is Kill, Die, Modify, and that pretty much sums up this roguelite. Discover new weapons, learn enemy patterns, upgrade using the skill tree, then die and start over. Action is non-stop as well, there's not even a break between levels due to the game's time-saving transition design. There's lots of content in the early access build, including a jungle biome. I think this is definitely one to keep an eye on. Check it out now on the PC via Steam. Now, if you're as old as me and had a Super Nintendo, you probably played Actraiser, the 1990 city builder and platform game. There aren't many games out there that feature this combination of genres, and certainly not many that do it well. This week sees the release of Smelter, a hybrid 2D side-scroller with top-down map navigation. The game takes inspiration from the Genesis story of Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden. In a subversion though, it's Adam that bites the apple first, and the two are separated and cast out of paradise. You take control of Eve. In the early stages of the game, you rescue Smelter, a winged creature that becomes your living suit of armour that aids you in your quest. In the platforming sections, you'll visit diverse worlds, master 3 skill sets with over 40 upgrades, and you'll also fight huge bosses. While in the overworld, you'll expand your empire, build and upgrade units, and defend your realm. It's all very compelling stuff, and the two genres blend perfectly together. If you fancy a platformer that offers something a little different, well, check Smelter out now. It's available on the PC via Steam, the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Our first hidden gem of the week is SJ19 Learns to Love, a mini Metroidvania about a killer robot who, as the title suggests, learns to love. Gain emotional maturity, drink milk, and battle bosses, including Big Frog, and there's lots of frogs in this game, and Steve the Milkman. The pastel colour pixel art is rather lovely, and the chiptune soundtrack will definitely get your foot tapping. Help SJ19 Learn to Love now on the PC via Steam and also itch.io.
Do you know where you are? You are at the privately run emergency room, Saint Icarus. I will not lie to you. There is still a long way to go before you can go home. In the meantime, do as we say.
The doctor wants to see you.
And don't get disturbed by some of our more mentally confused cases.
Our second hidden gem to check out this week is the ER. No, it's not that ER, and there's definitely no George Clooney in this one. It's subtitled Patient Typhon. In this hospital, patients wake up with missing body parts. You're told that you're in a terrible accident and that your arms had to be amputated. But all is not as it seems. The hospital receptionist is rude, as is the caretaker, and the doctor is not to be trusted. Be prepared to use your wits, hide and run as you encounter supernatural and human beasts. With light puzzle elements, lovely hand-drawn animation and an intriguing narrative, the ER Patient Typhon is an indie gem survival horror fans will absolutely love. It's available on Steam and itch.io now, with 2 free additional stories planned for later in the year. Our indie game of the week is the adorable and comically titled Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. You play as the eponymous Turnip Boy, a tax dodger who's forced to work for the corrupt Mayor Onion to pay off his debt. The story is a superb satire of capitalist society, exposing corruption at the very highest level. The game very much looks like The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, with a colourful top-down 16-bit art style. Gameplay features rather basic combat, using an assortment of guiding tools to overcome enemies in the field, or the Rotten as they're called. There are also light puzzles to solve, featuring kickable bomb plants, warp portals and pushable watermelon blocks. Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion is a pretty short game, but it's a lovely way to spend an evening or two. If you fancy tearing down a corrupt government and solving some plantastic puzzles, well, check this one out now. It's available on the PC via Steam and also the Nintendo Switch. And that's it for another week. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the Isle of Indies channel and also follow us on Twitter. I'll leave you with another game that's been released this week. Here we have a Papers, Please style narrative adventure set in a dystopian world. This one's called Silicon Dreams. Until next time guys, keep loving indies.